Okay, let's look at homework 3, problem number 5, part B. Right? So we have this complex equation. Then we want to find real value x and y. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so since fraction is hard to deal with, I'm going to multiply both sides by the denominator so that we don't have to deal with fractions. Alright, so I'm going to just multiply both sides by 2x plus 2iy minus 3. Right, so if you multiply the left hand side by the denominator, so denominator cancel out, so you have just a numerator. So I'm going to actually group the real terms together. So you have x is a real term, and also 2 is another real term. So I'm going to just put those guys together. So it's going to be x plus 2. Right? And the imaginary term is going to be, so here is going to be iy and 3i, right? So I'm gonna just put I in front, right? So you have y and 3, so it's a y plus 3, right? Then so let's multiply. So it's I times all these guys. So I times 2x is 2xi, right? I times 2iy. So I times I is -1, so it's a negative 2y, right? So I times -3 is negative 3i. Right, then 2 times 2x is 4x. Right, 2 times 2iy would be 4iy. And 2 times -3 is -6. Right. Then I'm going to group the real term and the imaginary term together. So you have, so I'm going to go down here, right? So real term is going to be, let's see, so here's a negative 2y and also 4x and also -6, right? So I'm going to put those guys together. So it's negative 2y and plus 4x minus 6, right? Then you have imaginary terms, so that's the rest of it. So it's going to be 2x here, 2x, right? So I took care of that, and there's a negative 3. Right, took care of this guy, and then you have plus 4y, right? So that will take care of that guy, right? So that's everyone. All right, so you have a complex expression on the left and on the right. So we can just compare real parts together and complex, imaginary parts together. All right, so let's do that. So this is going to give us, all right, so so x plus 2. So x plus 2 must match, let's say, negative 2y plus 4x minus 6. Right, then the imaginary part is y plus 3. This has to match 2x minus 3 plus 4y. Right, So let's clean up a little bit. Let's see, I'm gonna just put all the terms on the right. So I'm gonna just subtract. All right, subtract x and subtract 2. All right, so we have so 4x, and we're subtracting x, so that will give us 3x. So I'm gonna have 3x here. All right, then we have negative 2y, so that's this guy. All right, so I'll put that in here, so minus 2y. All right, then we are subtracting 2, so subtracting 2, so that's going to go away, and subtracting 2 from negative 6, so that will give us negative 8. Right, so there's nothing left on the left, so I'm going to put 0. Right, so that's that. And for the second equation, we do a similar thing. We just subtract y and 3 from both sides, so we have nothing on the right. So it's going to be net minus y minus 3. Right, so if you subtract y from here, so that's 0, and subtract 3, so that's 0. So you have a 0 on this side. All right, then you have let's see, 2x is already there, so maybe I should put that in 2x. All right, and then you have there's a full y right here, and you're subtracting y, so that's going to give us positive 3y. All right, then you're subtracting 3 from negative 3, so that's going to give us negative 6. Right. Alright, then we're going to do elimination by addition. So I'm going to just multiply this guy by 3. So multiply through by 3. Alright, 9x minus 6y minus 24 is going to be equal to 0. Right, then I'm gonna multiply 2, so we get 4x plus 6y minus 12 equals 0. Right, so the reason why we did that is we can match, you have a negative 6y and positive 6y. So we can just add these two equations together to eliminate variable y. So 9x plus 4x is 13x. Right? Negative 6y and a positive 6y cancel each other out. Right, so negative 24 plus negative 12 will be negative 36. Right, and 0 plus 0 is still 0. Right, then we can solve for x from here. So add 36 to both sides. 13x is equal to 36. Right, then divide through by 13 to get x equals 36 over 13. All right, so we found the x value. All right, now we have to find the y value. So we can use any equation we want, but I'm gonna probably try this equation right here. Right here. All right, so I'm gonna plug it in. Plug x equals 36 over 13. All right, so it's going to be 0 is equal to, right, so you have 2 times x, so that's going to be 72 over 13. Right, then you have 3y here, and minus 6. So minus 6. Alright, so I'm gonna combine these two guys together. Alright, so we have 2y's 2y, so we have that. Alright, so I took care of this guy. Alright, and 6 is same thing as the common denominator, so 13 on the bottom, and it's going to be 6 times 3 is 18, and 6 times 1 is 7. 6 times 1, 6, and plus 1, so 7. So it's 78. So over 13. So you have 72 over 13 minus 78 over 13. So it's going to be negative, negative 6 over 13. Right? So we can just add 6 over 13 to both sides. So you have 0 plus 6 over 13 and 6 over 13, which is equal to 2y. Right? Then we can just divide through by 2 to get y is equal to, this 1/2 of that is 3 over 13. Right? So therefore, the answer should be, let's see, x comma y. Right, x value, we found that to be 36 over 13. And the y value to be 3 over 13. Alright, so that's the x value and the y value. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.